Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next topic, that is equation of motion. Basically, this topic is based on the our previous topic, graphical representation of motion. So, whenever we are talking about equation of motion, so what it represents? Any of the equation of motion we are having here represents some mathematical relationship between the different quantities that describes the motion. So, what type of quantities describe the motion? We are having different type of quantities, those describes the motion of the object. For example, distance, displacement, velocity, acceleration. These are the quantities with which we can define the motion of any of the object. Now, the question is that if we are having the value of any of the two quantities or the three quantities, then how will we get the next quantity or another quantity? So, directly we are having the relationship to find out the values of the different quantities with the help of the quantities those we are having the values. So, when equation of motion, we talk about equation of motion. So, equation of motion establish relationship between different quantities, those describes the motion. For example, very first we are having distance, we are having displacement, second we are having time taken, third we are having initial velocity that is represented by u, and we are having final velocity that is represented by v, and then we are having acceleration that is represented by small a. Then now we will find out the relationship between these physical quantities. So, to find out the relationship between these physical quantities, we are having two methods basically. One is the simple analytic method and second one is the graphical method. So, in class 9 we are having graphical method, so we will go through the graphical method to derive the relationship between these different quantities. So, very first when we talk about very first equation of motion. So, first equation of motion is also represented as velocity time relation, because this first equation of motion gives us the relationship between velocity and the time, and velocity and the time is given by the equation v equals to u plus at. That means we are going to derive this relation v equals to u plus at. So, to derive this relation we are having the graph between velocity and the time. So, we already know about this graph for the uniform acceleration. That means if you are having one straight line during velocity and time graph, so that represents the uniform acceleration. But we are having two conditions for that. Very first, if object having initial velocity is starting from the rest or the zero, that means initial velocity is zero, and the second condition if any of the object having some value of the initial velocity. So now here we are going to take the second condition, that is if any of the object having some initial value of the velocity, that means some initial velocity, and after that it will move through the constant acceleration. That means this straight line AB graph is not starting from O, that is from the origin, because we are having some value of the initial velocity that is represented by u, and after that object will obtain or object will attain the uniform acceleration, and that is represented by the slope AB. Then, so our graph is AB and it will not start from 0, it will start from the A. Now, to find out the mathematical relation, now we will add some variation, some perpendicular, some we will do some modification in our graph for the modification, what will we do? We will draw some perpendicular through x-axis, that means through the t-axis, and through the v-axis or the y-axis, that means the velocity axis. To find out, to complete the graph, to calculate the mathematical expression, now what will we do? We will draw one perpendicular with the help of the dotted line here on the t-axis, and we will draw this line along BE along the v-axis, that is the y-axis. After that, what will we do? We will complete this line. We will also increase this line, that means we will draw one perpendicular from the point A to the D. So these dotted lines represents the additional modification done by us to derive the relation. Done. So this BE, this BC, this AD is our construction for the mathematical expression. Now if we see the graph, this OA value represents the value of the initial velocity, and this OE represents the value of the final velocity. When we go through the graph, this value A to point D, that is, we can also say O to point C, it also represents the value of the time. Now if we write down the values of these quantities from the graph, so we can write down here AO equals to DC. Whatever amount of the value we are having here, the similar amount of the value we are having also here, that is represented as AO equals to DC, and that represents the initial velocity of the object. After that, we are having the value of the final velocity, that means from point O to E, that complete value represents the value of the final velocity, and final velocity is represented by V. Whatever amount of the value we are getting at from point O to E, the similar magnitude we will get from point B to C. That means EO will be equals to the BC, and that will be equals to our final velocity. After that, we are having here OC. OC will be equals to this value, and that represents the time during the motion of the object, equals to that amount of the value. We will get the similar amount of the value at the point from A to D. That means both values are the same for the time, that will be equals to OC equals to AD, and that will be equals to the time. So these are the values which we are getting from our graph. Now we will start our first equation of motion. From which point? From this point. So we will start from the point, as by the diagram or as by the graph, as we know that this value BC represents the final velocity of the object. Now if we just see the diagram, so how can we write down the value BC? BC can be written as the sum of the two values, that is BD plus DC. So how can we write down the value BC, final velocity? How can we write down the value of the final velocity? BC. This is the final velocity, and how will we write down? BC, and BC can be split it into the two terms, that is we can write down BC, BD plus DC. So we will write down here BC equals to BD plus DC. Now we will place the values from the graph, or values we are getting from the graph. So as by the graph, as we know that we already mentioned above that the value of the BC represents the final velocity of the object, equals to, after that we are having the value of the BD. Now we are not having any of the value of the BD, so we will calculate it later on. After that we are having the value of the DC. So DC is always equals to AO or OA. So that value OA or DC represents the initial velocity of the object. So at the place of DC we can write down initial velocity U. So how will we write down now equation? So this BD Now we will separate the value from the equation BD. So BD equals to V minus U. Now the next thing we will do, now we calculate the value of the BD. Now as by the definition of acceleration, you already know that acceleration equals to change in velocity upon time. Change in velocity upon time. So how will we get the value of the change in velocity upon time? This whole value BC represents the final velocity. This value DC represents the initial velocity. That means this BC equals to V and this DC equals to U. So whenever we are getting the value of BD, so this BD, how will we calculate the value of the BD? When we calculate BD, when we separate this BD from the whole value, that means if we write down BC minus DC, BC minus DC, that will gives us the value of the BD. So BC minus DC, BC minus DC means BC will be equals to the V and DC equals to the U. That means V minus U will gives us the value of the BD. And what V minus U represents? V minus U represents the value of the change in velocity of the object. That means at place of change in velocity, we can write down BD. So you are getting the point? How we are writing from the graph? This BD, we are getting the value of, we are calculating the value of the BD. So how will we calculate the value of the BD? If we are having this whole value BC and if we are having this small value DC, so if we subtract these two values, then we will get the amount of this value BD. So that amount of the value BD represents the change in velocity. That means if we separate BC minus DC, so what is the value of the BC? V. And what is the value of the DC? U. So V minus U, what V minus U represents? Final velocity minus initial velocity, and final velocity minus initial velocity will be equals to the change in velocity. That means at place of change in velocity, we can write down the value of the BD. So at the place of change in velocity, we can place the BD, because BD also represents the change in velocity. BD also represents the change in velocity from the graph. So how can you write down value of the BD? BD can be written as BC minus DC, BC minus DC. So we are not taking the separate values of the BD, so we will only write down the value BD here. So A will be equals to BD upon T, BD upon T. Now we will calculate the value of the BD. So BD will be equals to the A, we will cross multiply here. So A into T, that is our equation number 2. Now we will place the value of the equation number 2 in equation number 1. So when we place the value, so we will get the way, what is the value of the BD from the second equation? That is A into T equals to V minus U. We are already having the value this V minus U. So we will write down as it is. So AT will be equals to the V minus U, and we can write down, if we arrange the equation, so we will write down V will be equals to U plus AT. V will be equals to the U plus AT, and this is our first equation of motion, and this equation of motion gives us the relationship between velocity and the time. So this is our first equation of motion.